Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we're going to take a look at 2.6 midpoint formula segment and angle bisectors. So there's a lot going on here today. These are some really good notes that are going to help you in the long run. So let's get to it. So to bisect a segment or an angle means to divide it into two congruent parts. We are going to use this word for the remainder of the year. All right. This is a very important word. Okay, so make sure you put little stars beside it, put a little smiley face, okay, whatever. But bisect is two congruent parts. It's like if I took this piece of paper, I folded it over, okay, and if I ripped it right down the middle, okay, I bisect it right down the center, all right, that's all we're doing. A midpoint is the point that divides or bisects a segment into two congruent parts. Midpoint is the point in the middle. Please don't overthink that because it says it right there, midpoint, middle point, okay? Segment bisector and angle bisector, they kind of, again, tell you exactly what they mean. A segment bisector is a segment, ray, or line or plane that intersects a segment at its midpoint. So here is, okay, a segment. The middle point is right about there. So it's either a segment that cuts through it, a ray, or a line that cuts through it evenly, and it splits this up into two equal parts. Okay, sorry, that's not the best picture. All right, got the morning coffee jitters, so it's all good. An angle bisector is the same exact thing, except that if I have an angle, it's just a ray that cuts it into two equal parts. All right, so we're going to be splitting things in half a lot today with midpoint and with bisectors, so on and so forth. Okay, here we go. We are going to find the midpoint of AB with the following endpoints. So you guys need this formula. Make sure you have this copied down. I think this is the nicest formula you're going to find. Midpoint, the midpoint is always going to be the average of your x's and the average of your y's. Notice also that my answer is written as a point. Okay, so if they're giving me 2 points, your first point is your x1, y1. Your second point is your x2, y2. And you're literally going to just put them in this formula. So my x1 is -3. My x2 is 5, comma. Now I'm going to work on my y1, y2. So y1 is -4. Y2 is 5. Okay. Look at your numerators. -3 plus 5 is 2. Okay. -4 plus 5 is 1. All right. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 1 divided by 2 stays 1/2. You win. You're all good. Okay. So good stuff. So midpoint formula, you are following this formula. Make sure you have this copied down. If you don't copy the rest of the problem down, I'll forgive you. But don't forget to do that, okay? Please, please, please. It's super important, right? Okay. Super important. Okay, sweet. Thank you. All right, hear me out. Number 2. Number 2 is a very good problem. Number 2 is a challenge problem. All right. So, I mean, if you do not follow me on this one, don't freak out. All right. We're going to get through this. So here we go. We know the midpoint formula is as follows: x1 plus x2 divided by 2, y1 plus y sub 2 divided by 2. They are telling us that the midpoint of JK is this point, 1, 4. They're telling us one of the endpoints is that one. They want to find the other endpoint. Okay. So like I said, challenge problem. This midpoint goes where the M is. So I'm going to put 1, 4 over here. The one endpoint, just like we did up here, your first endpoint was x sub 1, y sub 1. Here I'm going to put x sub 1, y sub 1. Now, here's the problem. When you plug that in, I get -3 plus x sub 2 divided by 2, and you get 2 plus y sub 2 divided by 2. Notice how I don't have that second point. Okay, I'm missing it. So here's what we can do. This first part right here, all right, the -3 plus x sub 2 divided by 2, that has to equal the first part on the left. The second part, this 2 plus y sub 2 over 2, has to equal this second part over here. So you're going to make two separate equations here, all right? So hear me out. I'm going to do yellow first. Here's yellow. Yellow. All right, -3 plus x sub 2 divided by 2 equals 1. And then here's blue. Okay, 2 plus y sub 2 divided by 2 equals 4. All I'm going to do is solve these guys, okay? Like that's the hardest part, is setting it up. How do I get rid of a divide by 2? Well, I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. So -3 plus x sub 2 equals 2. And then all I do is add 3 over. Boom. Okay, same thing here. To get rid of that 2, you multiply by 2. 2 plus y sub 2 equals 8. Subtract 2. And 6. So my final answer, 5, 6. Okay. Good problem. That is one of the tougher problems you're going to find for a while. Okay. So you're setting things up. You have a lot going on. I'm giving you a midpoint. I'm giving you an endpoint, but you're trying to find the other endpoint. Okay. So good stuff. So this is your second endpoint. Second endpoint. Good stuff. All right. On to the back. Making good progress. Here comes the easy stuff. Okay. Like that was, it's all downhill from here. So thanks for hanging there with me, guys. Ray EG is the angle bisector of angle DEF. So what does that word bisector means? Cut in half. Okay. Find the two angle measures not given in the diagram. They are telling us for part A that GEF is 52 degrees. All right. So if I want to find the measure of angle DEG, if this is 52, since it's being cut in half, this must also be 52. Okay. Well, there's one more angle to find, and I would label these for you, so don't worry too much. But if you have that one, and you're trying now to find angle DEF, guys, when I read angles, DEF, right? So if I want the whole big angle, 52 plus 52, 104 degrees. There we go. All good. Okay. See how easy that is? Bisectors are nice, right? Now for part B, this right here is probably new for you guys, or newer-ish, I should say, if that's even a word. That means the entire angle DEF is 64 degrees, the big angle. They want to find the measure of angle DEG and the measure of angle GEF. Okay, the small one, the small one. Well, hey, look, cut in half. I know that I have 64. Okay, if I divide that by 2, throw that in the calculator, 32 degrees. Well, if this one's 32 degrees, what is this one going to be? 32 degrees. Cool. Good stuff. That's it. Great. Okay. So I'm going to ramp up the difficulty like this much, like a little tiny bit. Okay. If you see the word bisected, only if you see the word bisected, you know that these angles are cut in half from the big one, which means that this one has to equal that one. Well, I just told you exactly what you need to do. I'm going to take 4x minus 41 for part A, okay, and I'm going to make that equal to 2x plus 7. So it's being bisected, it's being cut in half, okay? Only when you see this word. Well, we're going to solve it. Subtract 2x, subtract 2x. 2x minus 41 equals 7. Plus 41, plus 41, 2x equals 48. Divide by 2, divide by 2, 24. Okay? Setting it up is the hardest part. That's the hardest part. Okay? So this just means make equal. So for part B, it's much the same. It's just having you guys build confidence with it. All right, we know it's being bisected. So what can I do with these two things? I'm going to make them equal. I always like putting the one with the bigger number in front of the x first. That's just me. 10x minus 25 equals 6x plus 15. Cool. Okay, just going to solve it like we've been doing. Okay, subtract 6x, subtract 6x. 4x minus 25 equals 15. Add 25. And finally, divide by 4. Okay, if you really would like to, you are more than welcome to plug these back in. So for example, if I would plug 10 back in up here, 6 times 10 is 60 plus 15, 75. 6 times 10, or sorry, 10 times 10 is 100, minus 25 is 75. 75 and 75, we know they're the same, we're winning, okay? So guys, I hope that helps. Thanks for all you do. As always, keep up the good work and good luck. We're all counting on you.